Okay, so I've had a lot of people ask when Julius is coming back, when Mereoleona is coming out. So we're going to be talking about both of their banners as they're the only two pickups we're getting this season. And I honestly struggle to understand how exactly they're trying to do this. So I want to talk about this a bit before we actually get into if you should be summoning. And this is mainly just what are they really thinking? Because this is going to be the most dead next like 14 days, next 2 weeks ever. Julius rerun. Okay, I'm just gonna say it now. Why is Julius like the main unit we're getting for 2 weeks? Because Yami and Luck, listen, amazing designs. I think those designs rival the Halloween designs in terms of overall just aesthetic, right? But kit wise, just not that great. And listen, if Arena is stale, then the whole game is stale. And even if Arena isn't stale, then, well, I mean, sometimes the game itself is stale. But, that's another point for another video entirely. And we got good news for the first Annie of JP. So, we're not going to get into content in this video. But in terms of Julius, listen, this guy's kind of wearing his age. And the minute Mereoleona comes out, it's going to be over. So Julius is going to have 9 days in the meta. And then he's cooked. He's cooked in 9 days of his rerun. So my question is, why didn't they release him with Asta? I feel like that would have been so much better. And then they could have like reran him again. But putting him as his own banner, not releasing Zora and Vanessa this season, kind of hurts them overall, right? I mean, I think from what I'm getting, like they just want to be behind JP, but not like super behind, but not exactly like up to date with JP. I think it's honestly better if they're not up to date. Only if they start fine tuning units. Like if they see units are not performing as they should be, then that's when they actually tune the units to be a bit better. That's why I would say them being behind would be good. Now in this case, right, pushing Zora and Vanessa back kind of hurts a bit, right? It does hurt. Because now we just got a really dead season with not that much content. So we'll have to see. Now, until when Mario comes out, the PvP meta will change, and I think people will have a lot of fun with that. But Julius is coming out on the 9th of April, where Mario's coming out the 18th. So a whole 9-day gap. But from the 2nd to the 18th, there's no banners. So 16 days. Honestly, not that bad. Like, 16-day gap, not that bad with the Julius rerun for newer players. But let's get into it. So Julius, okay. All right, so let's open the game. By the way, I do want to say, not in the glossary, right? But to be fair, Vanilla guessed the exact date that the gear banner would come out, so we know that Mario's going to come out when Mario comes out, and Julius is going to come out when Julius comes out. I guess they just decided to do it differently. But if they start doing maintenances, I might lose my shit. I do not want them to do maintenances. Oh, wait. No, actually... I don't know how this works. Honestly, I really don't know how the maintenance is going to work now because it's not in the glossary. Anyway, Julius, we know he is an amazing PvE unit. So if you're struggling in Hall of Illusions, and Limited Hall of Illusions, or Raids, anything like that, or you're a new player, where's Julius? Getting Julius for any PvE content, or if you're a new player, is going to be amazing, okay? Julius does very good single target damage, especially because he gets an extra 50% damage from here, okay? And then also speed damage increase, so up to what, like 21% damage increase from that. So your ult does a lot. You're going to be getting a res, which is going to be very good when you end up dying. You're going to be lowering mobility. You're going to be time stopping, which isn't going to be that crazy, but increasing your speed is going to be good. Lowering mobility more, lowering mobility, and then also doing big damage here, right? So it's going to be really good. All of his skills, even the combo, does really good damage. And so Julius for PvE is going to be great. Now, as I said, he's going to have 9 days until his Fall from Grace on Global. So, my recommendation is if you want someone for the PvP meta, maybe wait. Now, if you want to throw 5 multis at him, I think you're more than able to go ahead, if I'm being honest, because there's going to be Julius and Mario, but this is depending on how many pulls you have. You should be saving at least a good 18,000 crystals / 150 pulls minimum until Mario's banner. Minimum. Okay, minimum. Because Mario, I think, is a must summon, in my opinion, for PvP content in the future. Unless you just want to stick with Mono Red and build on that, okay? If you want to do that, go ahead. But if you want to change things up a bit, Mario is definitely that unit that's going to do that for you, okay? Julius PvE-wise is great, but I don't think he should be a must summon for people trying to get ahead in PvP. He will have 9 days of success. But after those 9 days, it's over for him. He's cooked. Okay, so that's the main point. Now going into Mario, I should have probably pulled up Pride One before, so let me pause and pull that up. She has a pretty fun kit, okay? She's going to be taunting, which is going to allow you to play very defensively. One of the main ways you could play her is just using the skill 1 if you have her max dupe, because you need her max dupe for the most part. She's a very high invest unit, so please do keep that in mind. It's very which fest do you want to pick, but in general, if you want a green fest, I think Mario is the way to go over Spirit Dive. That's my current opinion. That is still pending, but it is my current opinion, okay? She's going to be very good for mono green. She's going to work very well with the seasonal Mimosa that's going to be coming out afterwards. Even at 0 dupes with that Mimosa, just got to have good HP gear and you'll be set. Okay, Mereoleona is looking amazing. All of her skills are great. She works on so many different teams. We got the tank Mario Black Asta team. We got the Fuego and Mario team. We got the William and Mario team with Noelle on it. We got the Mono Green team. And then in the future, we'll also have a variation of the tank team with Asta, Mario, and then Zora. So there's so many different teams that she can be ran on that are all very good. So Mario is going to be a very versatile unit if you want to use other units in the future that are going to be coming out, such as Thread of Fate Vanessa, Mimosa, Zora, bringing back, not Halloween, Clover Academy Fuegoleon, trying different teams with Black Asta, using Mono Green, using Season 7 Mimosa. So many different variations are going to be very good with this Mereoleona. Unfortunately, Spirit Dive is not going to work exceptionally well, but Spirit Dive will work. But it's just not going to be that crazy. So in my opinion, you are good you're good to go for Mario if you really want to. Nothing's stopping you. And you have another 14 days from the time this video is being posted to actually summon on this. Now, what you need to know. Very important. Mario needs the max dupe. Dupe 2, you get the taunt, which is going to make Julius irrelevant. This is what makes it irrelevant. Dupe 2, he taunts, she taunts, and then Julius can't stun her. Julius isn't doing damage to her no matter what. Green tank, so tank, green, and 30% damage reduction built in. Okay, main things. And then at Dupe 5, every time she's hit, that's 1 burn. And then the burn starts stacking, and then she could taunt on the skill 1. She could do increased damage on the alt, and it's going to be game over for Julius. Okay, that's the main reason why Julius is kind of just cooked. And it's very ironic that they're releasing together. Well, together, in the same season is what I mean. So, you do need max dupe. And to be honest, you do need the skill page at least once. You want to get the Mana skin for everyone. Because this gives everyone stun block for 2 turns, which is extremely powerful. Especially when you consider Black Asta combo with the guaranteed stun. And then also the 30% damage reduction on everyone. Amazing for mono green, amazing for every single team. Allows you to be much more versatile in how you play. And is very good. Okay, so you need the skill page, but people do not need to go you into believing you need the max dupe in certain situations. Okay, sometimes you will need the max dupe, but let's say you're playing it with Black Asta, you don't need it. Let's say you're playing it with Fuego, you don't need it. Let's say you're playing it on mono green and you're running another DPS, right? You don't need it, but if you want to use Mario with William in the combo where you use the combo, get the defense pen, Mario goes before any damage reduction is applied, then you might want to get it because when you have Mana skin, which you have immediately at the beginning of a battle, you get a 55% chance to get a 50% damage increase. If you get lucky, then you're fine, right? But if you get unlucky, then GG's, right? So you might want to get a couple dupes in it, at least to increase the chance a bit. That's the main point. But 1 dupe, you get this, and you at least have the chance to get the damage increase. To me, that's good enough. Max dupe will make it better 1000%. But Mereoleona is not only a damage dealer. She's an amazing tank with amazing defensive capabilities that works on a lot of teams, especially when you get her max dupe. So you will need a lot of materials to use for her. But remember, universal dupes exist, right? Oh, wrong thing. Universal dupes exist. You get 1 every 20 days at the bare minimum, not counting any raids, okay? So, and if you're starting new, Mage's Path. Now is an amazing time to start Black Clover Mobile because Julius will still be usable. Please let me rephrase something a little bit. Julius will not be meta, but he will not become utter trash. He will become irrelevant in upper leagues, but if you're in the lower leagues, if you are not competing at a super high level, I just want to get some stuff cleared, Julius is more than capable. For newer players, Mario and Julius is an amazing start, but honestly, you should have started in Season 5, got to Charlotte at the very least. Free unit, right? So come on. But this is going to work very well. If you're new, summon for both. And if you already have Julius, you don't really need to go back in. If you don't have Julius but you're unsure, it's gonna depend. But for PvE content, he is amazing. So if you want to throw a couple multis, 3, 4, 5, that's fine. But make sure that if you do want Mario, check some old showcases. I made a good amount of showcases. I'll make a couple more before she comes out, maybe in a week from now. We'll check that again. Okay. But Mario is very good and definitely someone you should summon for, but is not a necessity. When is it not a necessity? Let's talk about it. Black Asta, when you have Mono Red built up, if you don't want Mario, if you don't care for her, if you don't care for her teams that I mentioned, if you don't care for Mono Green, if you don't care for Spirit Dive, and if you like Black Asta and you only play for meta, then Black Asta is fine. You could continue building your meta team. You could continue building Charmy. You could continue building Witch Queen and Yuno, okay? That's the way you could go about it. But having fun with Mario is another possibility. Mario will be able to compete with a specific Mono Green team in the future. As of right now, Mono Green is still cooked compared to Mono Red, but that's just how it is. But hopefully Mono Blue comes out much sooner to the rise on global. We'll have to see. But let me know, what is your guys' summon plan? Are you guys summoning for Julius, Mario, neither? How's it going to go for you guys? Are you guys just going to save, right? Good luck on your pulls. I'll say this now for people who are checking this video out in the future. And besides that, I'm logging off. Peace.